Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the afternoon boxing talks. Let's relax. Let's have a good time. Yeah, man. You know, I saw a post from Rick Glacier. I thought it was compelling. He basically said that Al Heyman's reputation in the American market is not a good one, which is what I've said for a long time. You can't bounce from network to network like that and maintain a good reputation. What it do, Martin Machine? What it do, Real Deal Boxing Talk? Hi, King George, Kevin, Justin, AJ, Real Talk, we outside. I just came from the barber. Yo, man, I ain't even sleep, B. I think I got like maybe 2-3 hours of sleep, the max. I think I got like 3. I was up late talking to my man Polo. Shout out to my man Polo. It's them afternoon naps, man. That's why I'm not even going to take afternoon naps no more, because them things is throwing my sleep cycle way off. I sleep 2-3 hours in the afternoon, and it'll mess up my sleep cycle at night. I won't go all the way to sleep, so no more afternoon naps for me, bro. What it do, Mr. Boxing Moves? Abner in the building. Juan Luis in the building. You know? And I see a lot of people still reacting to things. I feel that a lot of the people in boxing right now, they're nervous because for a broadcaster to have been in boxing as long as Showtime, to leave, that makes them nervous, you know? That if the broadcasters and the streaming platforms one day decide that boxing is not a profitable enough business to invest in, boxing could die out. What it do, Jay? Shout out to my man Jay. Good little debate yesterday. How about, yeah, that was a hell of a space, bro. But it was fun though. It was fun though. If the broadcasters feel, based on how things have been, that the sport of boxing is not profitable to them, the sport could die out. And I believe that this affects the American market the most. You know, when we talk about this stuff, I'm really talking about the American market, because the Asian market is bigger than it's ever been. The Australian market is bigger than it's ever been. The UK market, the European market is bigger than it's ever been. So this is a uniquely American problem. It's not really all of boxing. It's domestic boxing in America that's facing this problem. And I feel like a lot of people in America in boxing are in denial about what the problem actually is. I feel that they would rather talk about like a Eddie Hearn or something like that, you know, cutting off your nose to spite your face. Eddie Hearn basically said that they're going to have to stop working with certain fighters if they don't want to step it up, that they can't blow money on soft matchmaking, so on and so forth, and all of that. And the promoters, you know, they can't waste time on that, right? And I seen Lou DiBella react to it, and I'm like, Brody, for all these criticisms you have towards Eddie Hearn, you should actually levy those criticisms towards Al Heyman, because if anything is a monumental failure, it's the PBC. I mean, that by a country mile, it's the PBC. By a country mile. He went into like a tirade about how Eddie Hearn is good at blowing other people's money. Dude, what the hell are you talking about? Al Heyman blew $500 million in 3 years. If we're going to talk about fucking off other people's money? Are you serious? And what is the value of the PBC now? What is the value of it? Because you started off with a lot of money and you basically fucked all of it off, you know? Shout out to my man George. Just did a graveyard shift, but still can't sleep. I know that feeling, bro. Believe you me. I used to work the graveyard shift, and I know that feeling. That's tough, because when you want to go to sleep, doesn't really kick in till the afternoon. Shout out to Emma, one of my favorites from the United Kingdom. Emma over here. Emma over here. Lou wishes he was Eddie. That's the problem. You know, I feel so inclined to agree. I noticed that many American promoters, big and small, like to levy criticisms towards Eddie Hearn. I noticed that, and I feel like they're projecting their own failures onto him. Honestly, when I look at it, I'm like, what the hell are you guys talking about? What's Lou talking about? The post where I saw Lou DiBella react was a post where Eddie Hearn was saying that promoters have to work together. And Eddie Hearn has never been averse to working with these guys. Right, Lou? Remember he had that meeting? Remember the people at the Zone and all of them? They had that meeting with you guys to do the Wilder versus Joshua fight. And who were the ones that walked away, Lou? Who were the ones that walked away? You know? The American market, and I noticed the American boxing scene, has a proliferation of very childish individuals who would cut off their nose to spite their face. The real reason Wilder and AJ never fought is Wilder. You know that, Lou. You know that. In your own words, you said you were just trying to get your guy the best deal out there. And who advised him not to take it, Lou? Was it Eddie? Was it John Skipper? Was it them? No, it was Al. Everybody knows it was Al. So that we could turn around 3-4 years later and act like Eddie's the obstruction artist. No, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Shout out to Luis Puente. At this point, how do you figure out their value? Easy answer, Luisito. There is no value. There is no value in that company, bro. There's no value. The only value in the PBC stable is as an addition to that. If you're adding them to what you already have on the Zone, or if you're adding them to what you already have on ESPN, there's some value. But by themselves, most of those guys are not going to generate any return whatsoever. None. Shout out to my man AJ. How did they repay Lou? They sacked him. Exactly, bro. But it's Eddie Hearn he has a bone to pick with. That's the strangest thing. You mad at Eddie Hearn, but they the ones that gave you the boot, bro. They gave you the boot. You should be mad at them. Now, police said American narcissism is what brought upon this shit show. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely. It goes without saying that people still are in denial about something that Wilder admitted himself is crazy to me. But that's American narcissism. It won't allow them to see the forest through the trees. Still acting like it's something that Eddie Hearn did. Listen, Brody, the Zone has only gotten bigger. It's only gotten bigger as a platform. Matchroom as a company is in the black, not the red. They in the black. They're literally in the plus. Is the PBC in the plus? Have they been in the plus the last 5, 6, 7 years? Because near as I could tell, they've been in the red the majority of the time they've been around. They've been in the negative, operating on a negative. You're not making money, you're fucking off money. And it's very obvious too. How the fuck do you blow $500 million in 3 years? How do you do that? Shout out to Luis. PBC fighters are coming out asking for fights now, as they should. I would like to get Rick Glacier on here one day, because we're of a similar mindset. I saw Rick say that it's going to be hard for Al to get a broadcast partner because of the reputation that he's built over time. And that's the doomsday scenario. For those of you that saw those episodes of The Relay, the doomsday scenario is if he can't find a broadcast partner. That's the doomsday scenario. Showtime leaving boxing doesn't necessarily have to be the end, not for the PBC. If they can find another broadcast partner, somebody to give them an annual budget, then it's business as usual. However, who wants to do that? You've been on NBC, you've been on CBS, you've been on Fox, you've been on FS1, you've been on Showtime, you've been on Spike, Bounce, ITV, ESPN. You've been all over the place. So who's going to give them an annual budget so that they can fuck off that money? Because that's what I see Al Heyman does. He just fucks off other people's money. You know? It's not complex. It's very hard to imagine that somebody's going to swoop in and give them a budget. It's very hard. And that's not rooting against them. That's just me looking at the situation and saying, okay, well, what happens next? And it is a little bit hard to imagine. It is. There's the strength of the stable is the main thing. What do you have that a broadcaster could use to draw eyes to their platform? And I feel like you probably got two decent guys you can use in Canelo and Gervonta. You can sell those fights. But the vast majority of the stable, not really. And what's the next generation of PBC fighters look like? You don't have a Keyshawn and Kelvin Davis. You don't have an Abdullah Mason. You don't have a Tiger Johnson. You don't have a Richard Torres. You don't have a Jared Anderson. Your prospect is 28 going on 29 years old, bro. Guy's almost 30. The Frank Martin guy. Shout out to Luisito. Why are these guys so loyal to Al after all of this? Because they're brainwashed. It's very simple. It's because they're brainwashed. It's like a cult almost. It's like a cult. That's the best way to describe it. If you want to talk about somebody fucking off vast sums of money, you don't talk about Eddie Hearn. You talk about Al Heyman. Because contrary to the quips of a few, he didn't blow $1 billion on boxing. That's bullshit. DAZN spent $1 billion on sports acquisitions, not exclusive to boxing. That's the real story. But the American boxing scene is filled with so many children who like to tell so many tall tales. If you ask them, yeah, Eddie blew $1 billion. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? He didn't blow $1 billion on. Like, what are you talking about? The billion that they blew, and not even that they blew it because they knew that was going to happen. Those were calculated losses that they were anticipating because it was their intention to get those sports acquisitions in different markets around the world. Now, I know that to some, that's going to sound like I'm speaking Chinese, but that's the real story. That if the zone had losses initially, they were losses they were anticipating. That means they knew they were going to lose money at first because they had to get certain sports rights, which they wanted. Let these guys, Eddie blew $1 billion on boxing. Fucking retards. It's fucking amazing, bro. We like the afternoon talks, Jay. Appreciate you, bro. You know, I would like to think that most people are mature enough to do the research, but they're not. I would like to think that most people are mature enough to be able to interpret this information as easily as I can, but the truth is, in the American populace, they're not. They didn't blow $1 billion on boxing. Are you out of your fucking mind? No, they did not blow $1 billion on fucking boxing. They blew $1 billion on sports rights in different markets. And they knew they were going to do that. That was part of the strategy. That was part of it. Shout out to my man, Unbiased. Cheers to the boxing reset and rebirth. I agree with you, bro. I got to get my man Michael up here, B. Got to get my man Michael up here in Canada. You know what I'm saying? Get my man Michael up here, the No Sleep crew. I had a 3-hour nap yesterday. As a result of that, I didn't sleep. No, that is, I didn't sleep till 6 a.m. and then I woke up like at 9:30. So I'm gonna chill with the afternoon naps. Shout out to my man Luis Puente. Al has no prospects. So is the ticking? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, bro. He doesn't have no prospects. People should ask themselves, if Al Heyman is the wizard that some people make him out to be, why did none of the good American amateurs sign to him? Because there were lots.
He doesn't have
Lots of good
no Olympians either. None.
None of
Where
them
are they?
signed to him. None of them.
All the good prospects this year, really, last 2 years, they've all gone to Top Rank as far as the American prospects. It's
It's a
either Top
fact.
Rank or Matchroom everyone's going to. That's the only ones I see. I mean, I know, what's his name? Oscar got that one kid, Floyd Schofield. But, you know, that's probably it for him.
No, but even
Well, they got
Floyd.
Caramel
No,
Moses
but
to
wait.
come up.
Even Floyd Schofield said it that Heyman's contract was like a dick
Yeah.
in a booty
It's
contract.
like a
It was
slave.
some.
He
That's
literally
right.
said it's
His
a slave
pop said
contract.
that.
That's what
His
he
pop
said.
said that, right?
He said it was a
Yeah,
slave
his pops
contract.
did that interview. Yeah, he called him out.
Shout out to my
be
man.
cordial about it.
Shout out to my man Luis Puente. Al has no prospects, so it's time ticking for the PBC. And shout out to my man OJ.
Yes.
You ain't have to do that, bro. You ain't have to do that, but you did that. And I love you, bro. Love the content. You are a needed voice. I appreciate you, bro. You didn't have to do that, but you did that, bro. And I'm gonna spend that on prostitutes. I'm just playing. That's just a joke.
Nasty
It's
ass
just-
motherfucker,
I'm
man.
joking, dog. I would never do
I
that.
was about to
That nigga
say,
lying
Juice,
like a
buy one for
motherfucker.
me, bro. Spend something for
I
me.
Pick up
would
a
never
Bible,
do.
bro.
You about
Well,
to
look,
go get
if,
them
well,
whores.
look, if the prostitutes look anything like Ice Spice, I might do it. I'm just joking. I'm
Get
just
some
joking. It's
whores.
just a joke, bro. It's just a joke. But on some real shit, that if Al Heyman is everything that some people want him to be, then why is it that the majority of our good young American fighters literally always go somewhere else? If they don't go with Oscar, because Oscar signed a couple of good young guys, it doesn't get talked about enough, but he actually signed a couple of good young guys, and the rest of them, you know, the amateur guys, the real standouts and shit, they all went to Top Rank. So if Al is this fucking wizard, why didn't they go to Al?
Because everybody been saying he is. We all know that.
I'm saying. And they talk about.
Al is everything that they claim Bob Arum to be.
There you go.
Boom.
I love hating on the PBC in the afternoon, personally. I love
Me
it.
too. I mean, I love it any time of the day, but you know,
Yeah.
doesn't make
It's
a difference for me.
Bro, it's like titties. It's always a good time for titties. And it's always a good time to hate on the
Luis,
PBC.
that's facts, Luis. That's
Facts on
facts,
facts,
Luis.
bro.
I've been saying this for years, bro. These guys are a cancer to boxing.
Honestly, honestly,
their business model. There's no
Yeah.
way you could continue
Yeah.
with this on for years to come. There's no way. It wasn't gonna work, bro.
I honestly think that they hurt our boxing scene, which is why, look, a lot of people are going to wonder, why is he always talking about Al? Why is he always talking about the PBC? My honest answer, without telling any jokes, because I really do believe they hurt our boxing scene. The UK one is fine. You know, the UK one, they got plenty of stuff to work with for the next couple of years. The Asian one is fine. The Australian one is bigger than it's ever been. And Mexican boxing ain't going nowhere, bro. Mexican boxing is always going to be...
Mexican boxing is carrying American boxing right now.
Exactly. So everybody else's boxing scene is actually doing okay. But if ours is seeing major broadcasters walk away from it, it's because of Al Heyman, bro. Like, yeah, it's because of Al Heyman, bro.
It's fucked, bro. These networks, they don't want to get in the business of boxing, especially if you look now. It's really like, we have to admit it. Like, UFC is completely taken over. You see most celebrities every UFC fight night. You see a lot of celebrities go to those fights. They're literally saying, you have celebrities saying, yeah, I think MMA is bigger than boxing nowadays.
Yep.
Like, yeah, like that's not good for our sport.
It's not good.
That's
I mean,
not.
in terms of a stronghold of American boxing, I say like probably Top Rank has the is at the forefront right now currently. Like,
I mean that they have the bodies, yes, but we need to bring back big time boxing. And what I mean big time boxing is like, we shouldn't have to wait 5 years for two good fighters to fight. That really needs to stop.
That's a stop.
I mean, like, take Shakur and Devin. That shouldn't take that. They should be fighting the next year or two. Honestly.
I mean, that's the major culprit.
No,
that is the major culprit for why shit is happening.
Will happen. I honestly believe that fight will happen.
Yes.
No, I believe that fight will happen, but that's not the one that's overdue. You know what I mean? The one that's overdue. The one that's overdue is Gervonta Davis with some of these people. But that's what's overdue, because he's 28.
Overdue, bro.
Honestly, he's 28 going on 29.
Now.
Like, fam, you didn't fight Loma. You didn't fight Lopez. God's sake, you didn't even fight George.
You didn't fight
he didn't
Tevin.
pass
You
on
didn't
the
fight
mud,
Tevin.
bro.
Add
Bro.
He
Tevin to the
didn't
list.
fight Regis. He didn't fight Catterall. He didn't fight Josh. Like, let's not forget the nigga went up there to 140 to fight a fucking Barrios, bro.
They play this game, and you know, I'm gonna say this, and I don't mind making enemies because it's not like we were friends. I see Dan Raphael, and he supports that fuckery, man. He supports that dumb shit that they did over there, bro. And it's crazy to me that he does, because it's like Dan knows boxing, bro. Like, that dude's been around forever. He knows boxing.
They're paying him, Jules. They're paying
Everybody
him.
needs a check, bro.
I don't know about Dan.
Everybody
Dan
needs a
always
check.
struck me as the dude
Facts.
Dan always
Everybody
struck me as the
needs
dude
a
that
check.
gets caught
I know I
slipping
need a check.
bike seats at the park.
Because for somebody like Dan, who's been around since the Mike Tyson era, that's like the prime era of boxing right there. And you see what the stuff Tank is doing, and you support that type of shit, bro. They have to be paying you, bro. There's no way.
That's the only answer.
Like, fuck, Dan. I know fucking fast food is expensive, but like, where's your integrity, bro?
Oh, wow.
Nah, but that's no. I'm not gonna clown him. For me, it really is an integrity thing, in the sense that, Brody, you're not dealing with Joe Blow. I spend a lot of money on boxing, all right? And when you try to tell me that it was smart to put Gervonta Davis in 5 pay-per-views that nobody was asking for, you gotta be out of your fucking mind, honestly. You would have to be insane, because this is why Showtime ended up leaving boxing. This is literally why. You ignore your customers and you try to force feed them this fucking garbage and tell them that, yeah, this is great, bro. This is a great fight. Broly is a great. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Bro,
like Charles Martin versus Ortiz on pay-per-view. Really?
Wait, the Hector
Luis
Garcia.
The what about this really annoys me, because he'll sit there and then go, well, I don't care that they overpaid for those fighters in PBC, because Eddie overpaid for Mikey Garcia with $10 million and gave Jesse Vargas $1 million. Like, bro, he was trying to build a brand in America. Of course he overpaid for the first few fights. It ain't his fault they both decided they had enough and retired.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is that when you're breaking into a business, yeah, there are going to be losses in the beginning. That's any business, bro. He knows that. But his losses are not bigger than the... Bro, you didn't fuck off other people's money the way Al fucked off other people's money, because you just basically fucked off their money in 3 years, bro. The whole thing that, yeah, Eddie blew $1 billion. Brody, y'all know that's a lie. That $1 billion that they spent was on sports acquisitions, not just boxing. That was literally on sports acquisitions.
Bro, if Eddie had $1 billion to spend, every boxer would be on PBC, bro.
But those are the same people who say that boxing is a business, but then they turn around and defend Wilder turning down $100 million. It's like, how the fuck is that
exactly.
good, bro?
Exactly.
Listen,
now Wilder's out like a trick on the street begging Joshua for a fight.
No, and the other shit is the people. What kills me is that the boxing is a business, guys, right? And I'm not trying to be elitist, but you don't know shit about business. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
What fucking business do you know anything about, bro? Seriously. Boxing is a business.
Hey, Devil's Advocate, got a question for you guys.
Go ahead, bro.
The American boxing fan is trash. Overall, will we agree with that?
Yes.
I agree with
yes.
that.
110%, bro. As an
Okay,
American
but the American boxing fan is in partly trash based on the product that we have received and the price point that we pay. Now, I've been having conversations with people in UK, and overwhelming sentiment is, you know, why are we bitching? Right? They say all you do is bitch because the boxing fans are fickle, right? That's true. But when we look at the dynamic, the average UK boxing fan pays 1/4 of the same amount for their boxing entertainment than the American fan does. Okay. And that sport is more popular there than it is here. This is the 10th or 11th ranked sport, and there is the second. Now, my devil's advocate question is, let's say boxing gets it together to some degree. Will we stop being fickle? Will the American fan actually be better, or is it just fuck to the shitter?
Well, I would say that the problem that the American boxing fan faces is arrogance. And the general consensus about Americans throughout the world, not exclusive to a conversation about boxing, is that we're very arrogant people, which I happen to agree with. So the problem that we're describing is a bit of a deeper problem, that America even have to travel, but everybody else's fighters. How many Mexican fighters travel to America for a fight? How many European fighters travel to America for a fight? How many UK? All is regular, and Americans are the only ones that think, "Oh my God, he's traveling." Yo,
over there
Usyk
jacking
literally
himself off because he went to Australia.
Yeah, it's like congratulations, Devin. You went to Australia. Usyk went to Latvia and Poland and Russia and the UK, bro. But I went to Australia. It's
Josh
like,
had to come to the US for the Ramirez fight.
I went to Australia. Bro, like, I'm not even knocking you, but it really is, to me, like I said, it's American arrogance. And that doesn't just exist in the fighters. It exists in the people, the fans. Yeah, it exists in them too.
Now,
why do you think
come to America, even though he's one of the biggest
why do you
stars in the
think you have a fighter who is so obviously a more accomplished fighter in every capacity, in Inoue, for example, but you're expecting him to jump through hoops? Brody, like, do I really got to run down the statistics? I'm not, right? The reality is, you treat these foreigners like they're day laborers or something, like they got to come to you. Brody, he doesn't need you. What don't you understand? That there's a whole big world out there that doesn't fucking need you. You know who needs you? Demetrius Andre. That's who needs you, right? You fucking clowns. That's who needs you, Demetrius Andre. You know who needs you? Oh, Shockey Foster this weekend. Instead of worrying about what he knew he didn't, all this shit, yo, support the fighters that are here, because you guys don't do that. You don't.
They don't even know he's Shockey, bro. Let's keep it 100, bro.
Shockey wouldn't be fighting in Cancun this weekend if you actually supported the fighters, because he's based out of Texas. He's from Texas. He's one of several champions produced in Texas, and he wouldn't have to go to Cancun if y'all was behind him.
If I may address
BBC fans, man, it's like the loudest minority online, but their hands are firmly in the pockets when it comes to paying.
Yeah. If I may address the question that was asked pertaining to the fickleness of American fans, I don't think I feel like that fickleness is it's pretty much exclusive to like the people who supported Floyd, because they just could not handle losing. And so now every time that one of their favorite fighter loses, it's, oh, well, he was always trash.
Absolutely.
And it comes, like you said, it comes from a pride thing, but it's an ego thing. They can't handle losing. They can't handle defending somebody who has a loss. And that's why that's the first thing that they bring up when talking about someone they don't like is their losses. And like, well, the people I know, my people, the Mexican demographic, we don't give a fuck about losses. In fact, we enjoy watching our fighter lose because we want to see him come back.
Boxing culture in general, for the longest time, it was only in that pocket of the Mayweather era where people started thinking that you have to be perfect, because in a very general sense, some of the best fighters in the world that we've ever seen had, like, Marvin Hagler.
Bro, every best boxer that every great has lost.
Before he won a title, he had a loss to what was it? Antifermo? Controversial loss, I believe it was.
Two losses, Willie Monroe and Bobby White.
Right, but the Mongoose, right. He had a loss to the fucking Mongoose.
But he avenged those losses.
Moreover, he went on to have huge fucking fights, bro. Huge fights. So it's like, you place emphasis on an unbeaten record because you view boxing through the lens of a fucking comic book, to where you have to be undefeated like Floyd. You fucking dick.
Floyd wasn't even the first.
And still, they don't measure him like Hagler. Hagler is the only guy I know. Hagler is the only guy I know who like had a rematch with a guy and destroyed him, like in a rematch.
Bro, it's like I try to give Floyd his flowers, but he has bred one of the most annoying fucking fan bases in the history of just Floyd. What do you want to suck his fucking dick, bro?
They're worse than Wilder's fan base. It's like, it's shit, man.
Yeah, like. I feel that they're toxic. I feel that Floyd did his thing, and I don't want to fault him for the stupidity of other people. But man alive, man, a lot of his fans are fucking morons, man.
Yeah, well, I think the difference with Floyd and the Deontay Wilder is that they're equally as annoying. It's just that Floyd has more of them.
Yeah,
if we had the equal amount, we'd be overrun. It would just be fucking awful. I
mean,
it's
I feel
already
like it's
bad.
the same people.
It's probably
it is because Look, think about it this way. They'll tell you. Wait, let me say this. The thing is that, for example, here you have a glaring, and this is how I honestly feel that people are mentally diseased because of this. Deontay Wilder already admitted that Joshua was trying to fight him. Where you still have people running around saying that Joshua was scared of this guy. Wilder himself admitted that Joshua was trying to fight him. He said it himself. Bro. And not to focus on that same old thing, but it's just that here you have an example of how, y'all stuck in what y'all believe. No matter what anybody shows you, no matter what actual evidence there is, y'all cats is mentally diseased because somebody could show you the shit and you still want to feel how you feel because you like a female almost. You care more about feelings than facts. The fact is, Wilder already admitted that money was real. He already admitted they was trying to put him in the ring with AJ. He already admitted it was more money than he stood to make with Fury. And you still want to argue? What are you on your fucking period? The fuck is wrong with you?
Jules, it wasn't for the AJ fight. It was for 3 fights. Checkmate, atheist. What the fuck?
Silly motherfuckers. Shout out to Luis Puente who says PBC leaving the fans with Michael Ring 2024. Shout out to El Jefe, Canelo versus Munguia, and David. I like it. Yeah, we'll get to that. Shout out to I got a lot of super chats piling up here. Shout out to my man Cyrus, listening from the Philippines. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Oh, we got a lot of super chats over here. Shout out to my man Domo. Dan's too respected to show like this. And yeah, I want to have that conversation. We'll get to that. I definitely agree with you, Domo. El Robbie, que lo que manín! Heyman and Floyd literally said he's robbing the bank when he fights. And they want to keep fights in-house. The Zone, PBC. No 50-50 fights killed them. I was hoping PBC, UFC. I found your channel, bro. Cheers from San Diego. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate that. And yeah, it's like when I see Dan, who's an esteemed member of the media, right? This is a guy who's been in boxing for decades. This is a guy who obviously knows boxing. And when you see esteemed members of the media, when they don't call a spade and they propagate the lies and shit, right? Yeah, you're part of the problem, bro. Because if you don't say there's a problem, people are going to keep acting like there isn't a problem when there is a problem, bro. You keep celebrating this bullshit and telling people it's good when no, it's not. The fuck?
And it starts with the media. If the media is not calling out this shit, who else will?
What makes most of them act like fans?
It brainwash you, like, bro, like a channel like Ellie Archback, bro. Like, you shouldn't have a channel, bro. You shouldn't. Yeah. You don't ask any real questions.
All you do is fanboy over these fighters.
He asks,
like just constantly.
He's looking
one at a time, fellas.
He's looking for engagement. He's not even looking for an actual question. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's looking to rub baby oil on Mikey's ankles, bro.
Like that. That's a channel that shouldn't be involved.
Ew.
the media thing. The media thing though is kind of a double-edged sword though. Well, not double-edged sword, but these people don't get access and don't get paid unless they come there and start sucking dick. So it's like,
that's what I was going to talk about.
I would agree with that, except for one thing. I'll say this. Dan Rafael was employed for a long time by ESPN, right? So when your employer isn't the fighter, see, I think it's a courage thing, in other words, because you can amass a following these days relatively easy. So if you're asking the hard questions, granted that they don't give you access, but you can still call them out on your platform and you can gain followers that way. You can do interviews on your platform. And if nothing else, you can still print stories. You can still tell the truth. The truth is that people don't want to. People sell their souls all the time. And that's all I say.
The only exception to that would probably be Michael Montero. He does it all the fucking time.
People sell their souls.
People don't want to be journalists. They want their glorified fans masked as journalists.
But see, or
they sold their souls, because to me, it's one thing for a newbie, you know what I mean? Somebody who's just getting started out. But when I see an esteemed member of the media like Dan, that like, bro, Dan is a staple in the sport, whether people like it or not. He actually is a staple in the sport. He's been around for decades. And when you don't call out the bullshit, when you don't call it, it's like, fam, like you part of the problem,
bro. Yeah, it's disappointing, to be honest.
It's a bullshit. They're all just slurping fighters' quarries for access.
Yeah, like.
No, that wasn't for the fighters.
Joe,
what does it say about?
What does it say about?
One mic.
Yeah, like see now this is why I'm gonna cut it down to 5 people at a time because I got literally 5 or 6 people talking at the same time. Now, one, the journalist is supposed to represent the best interests of the people, not the best interests of the fighter, not the best interests of himself. You're supposed to represent the best interests of the people and be the voice of the people, right? That's what's good for the sport. And what we're seeing now is, nah, man, y'all go into business for yourself. Y'all sell y'all soul. Y'all stop being journalists, essentially. Because, Ellie, I don't need to know what Mikey puts on his taco, bro. I don't care, bro. I don't need to know what Javante I don't need to know what if Javante's tires have tread on them or if he needs to rotate them. I don't need to know that shit, bro. And it's like, well, if the only way for you to gain access to these people is licking ass, then you might as well not have a channel, bro.
Javante, how do you like your PB&J? How do you like it?
What does
Do you
that
like
say
your PB&J,
about the
Javante?
fighters, though, too, that they want their ass licked?
I mean,
but that plays into the American pride that we were talking about earlier. Them not handle hard questions.
Because athletes have always been difficult to deal with in a very general sense. I mean, even before boxing became what it is now, in a very general sense, especially pugilists, they were generally hard to deal with. But you had members of the media with backbone. You had members of the media that were willing to ask hard questions. And I feel like
they were protected though by the networks though.
But even now, like let's say you're a YouTuber, for example, right? And you ask the hard questions, and maybe some people deny you access. That doesn't mean you still won't have a platform, and that doesn't mean you still can't ask those questions. You still can. You can amass a following telling the truth. It's just that it's easier to sell out. It's easier to lick ass and ask softball questions like, "Hey man, what do you watch on Netflix?"
You can ask the questions
I gotta cut that. We gotta cut that clip up where Jill says "lick ass," and that's just gonna be a meme.
Hey, Paul,
it's easy to lick ass.
So would you agree that essentially YouTube boxing has really killed the media part of the boxing?
No, I think that honestly, and I know this is gonna sound crazy, cowards is always gonna be cowards. Sellouts are always gonna be sellouts, right? If you don't stand for truth, you don't stand for nothing. And even if a PBC denies you access, right, to their fighters to ask them those questions, you can still ask those questions on your own platform. You can direct the fans to ask those questions by, hey, you know what people should ask? That a lying piece of shit is a lying piece of shit through and through. That's what I see, that push comes to shove, a lot of y'all is going to sell y'all soul for that check. When it's another way to get money. You don't have to sell your soul to get money, man. You don't. But a lot of people.
Weedy Gonzalez wants to know where Tank gets his nails done.
Yeah, and like you said, Joe, the running theme on this channel has always been like, look at how the Japanese fighters deal with the media. They're fucking open, polite. It's American shit now.
Yeah, like I would say, like it's the way the landscape is right now. There's actually no excuse for you to not pursue the truth. There's no excuse. It's fairly simple to gain a platform. I have no background in media, but I still have 20,000 people following me. So if I can do that, you should be able to do better. I'm doing that without a degree or any of that stuff in journalism. I don't even come from a journalistic background. I wanted to go into film. I don't come from journalism. But if me just telling the truth can get 20,000, right? Surely you, who's in the media, should be able to do better. Telling the truth. Yeah, Stop selling out.
Julius,
I just want to go back to the panel.
Julius, and the panel. Real quick. I just want to say this. I remember watching on a video talking about journalists of the past. Howard Cosell on an announcement. I might piss people off in the chat, but I don't care in the panel here. But it was regarding the Larry Holmes Ernie Shavers fight, and Howard Cosell basically said on the air, while talking about this fight, he said this is the first big fight for Larry Holmes. He had not fought with anybody up to that fight. They had fought about 26 fights up until that title eliminator fight. Howard Cosell said that. You wouldn't hear guys like that now talk about this. I mean, Demetrius Andrade hasn't fought with anybody, and who in the media says, this is a big first step.
What the media does is celebrate his poor decision making. Demetrius is the boogeyman. Bro, Demetrius turned down how many fights? That's what the media need to be talking about. You know what, Demetrius? It's about fucking time. About fucking time.
Did the last
would
time
say, like,
He's trying to
Canelo's
have more
productive.
fights than he's had fights in the past like 2 years.
Saying.
And that's what I
When,
give.
Boogeyman is.
That's where I give.
I had a question.
With Joel, where he did that interview with Mauricio and held his foot to the fire.
Yeah, shout out to Joel for that.
Questions. Just
shout
basic
out to
questions.
Shout out to Joel for that. And it's not just Andre. It's a lot of fighters that need that negative attention, because that negative attention may breed a positive outcome. That Brody, nobody out here is playing you a violin, bro. Nobody. So don't get comfortable thinking, yeah, Canelo, bro. Stop worrying about Canelo. It's you done been in 3 weight classes, and all you fucking talk about is fucking Canelo, bro.
The only reason most people even know who Andrade is because of the "get the fuck out of here" meme.
Get the fuck out of here.
Look
out of here.
Hey, is this the true state? Is this a true thing? I read that the next 2 fights in Showtime in 24 are going to be Canelo. Is that true?
Well, there's mixed reports, because that report came out yesterday by way of Michael Benson, but Dan Raphael said, yeah, that's not true. He spoke to a Showtime spokesperson who said Showtime has no plans of doing pay-per-views next year. So it's until next year gets here, who knows? But I will say this, that would be a very strange arrangement, bro. If Showtime boxing staff is done and it's gonna be shut down this year, why the fuck would they be showing pay-per-views next year?
Right. That just didn't make any sense to me.
Does it make sense, bro?
No, once you close the department down, it's over.
That's what I'm saying, and that's the story. And we have confirmation that the department is being closed down because Stefan himself confirmed it. So it's like, well, how are you closing down the boxing department but still showing boxing throughout the following year? That doesn't make a lot of sense.
I had that same thought, and I was wondering when you brought up how it could be contractual for Showtime to show the rest of Canelo's pay-per-views. What the only that played in my mind was, well, what the fuck does Al Heyman have to bargain with for a new network then?
That's so true, bro. I asked that same question in the video I did yesterday.
Yeah,
that
you did.
If you don't have Canelo, what the fuck are your bargaining chips, bro?
Rolly?
Yo,
I'm saying.
And you know what I'm noticing? Look at what Ishe just tweeted.
Like, part 3.
They think that us laughing about Showtime is us not being sympathetic to the fighters, bro. It's crazy. Like, nah, bro, we the fucking consumers that pay for the fighters to have the money to pay their bills and then pay all their other shit. So
yeah, like if you want to know how, if you want to know how,
I've paid for Showtime Sport. I've paid for pay-per-views on Showtime. I've done my part to support PBC. I've done my part to support boxing. I pay for fights. I don't steal fights.
Exactly. And that's what I was gonna allude to. That if you want to know how sympathetic I am towards the fighters, I support them because I patronize them. I pay for what I talk about. I'm not up here stealing shit. I'm paying for that shit. That's how I support the fighters. How you supposed to. The people, being real with you, the main people that are crying about Showtime's departure are the fucking thieves that stole from Showtime.
What nerve?
The fuck? How long have I been saying that? Dog, you're not gonna tell me that the zone is too expensive when watching boxing on Showtime costs practically $1,000 a year, bro. Practically.
But they don't
close
know that
to it.
No, and we started that shit
I got the number. 796.
We started that shit on Twitter. We're like, no, we posted receipts, bro. Shaming motherfuckers.
That's what I'm saying.
Whenever Marshall tried to fucking Photoshop a receipt for you.
And I'm saying that it's ridiculous. Like the other shit is, that's why I really don't like arguing on Twitter, because Twitter's not real life, fam. In real life, I wouldn't even cross the street to spit on you. Why the fuck are you talking to me, bro? You a pocketbook thief, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Hold on. We're not gonna sit here arguing about why you over here stealing content. Like, really, fam? You're fucking ridiculous. A lot of y'all dudes is in y'all 40s and 50s really out here stealing shit. That boggles my mind, bro. You don't have $80, bro.
They be asking their niece and nephew.
But that's what this is coming to. Like people photoshopping receipts.
It's
like,
Jules'
really?
white Dominican privilege that got him able to
Word,
buy
like,
pay-per-views.
that's what I'm saying. That fucking bum like that. You're privileged, Brody. It's not that I'm privileged. It's that I work hard and you don't. It's that simple. I work hard and you don't.
I'm privileged.
Simple.
I mean, does that mean I'm privileged too? I buy pay-per-views. Does that mean I'm privileged?
All over.
That shit killed. Like that shit. Like and motherfuckers expect you to start like, I don't know, like give them your biography. I grew up on the streets of Harlem. And I went to school and got my GED in the streets of Harlem.
And your point is what?
I was flipping weed. And I was flipping weed for many years, and it was backyard bullshit. But I flipped it, and I'm not doing all that shit for you. You're a bum, and that's it. That's it. You a bum, bro. You a fucking bum, bro.
But you really hurt that dude's feelings when you called him out on for stealing fights.
Because that shit. Because one, I'm gonna be honest. I think it's immoral. I do think it's immoral. A part of me is like, yeah, dog, like. Them dudes is getting the shit beat out of them. The least you could do is buy a fight, man.
For real,
now.
Support them that way.
I'm a paying customer, and I'm coming on here to leave my 1-star review. That's pretty much how I see it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't feel right, honestly. I wouldn't feel right because boxing is giving me money. Basically, the business of just talking about the sport is literally giving me money. So how could I not give back? That's immoral, right? But these guys, ellos no tienen morales, man. Like, yo, gente ridícula, man. Like, that's all I could, like, yeah, like, whoever raised you really fucked up. That's all I could say.
Yeah.
Whoever raised you really fucked up.
Hey, Jules.
Yeah. Take it to the source.
Jules. I did the math, y'all, for the whole year. I did the math for the whole year. All right. Now I didn't buy every Showtime pay-per-view, so my cost for Showtime is about mid 500s. But overall, it's $738 for you to have Showtime with the 7 pay-per-views in your Showtime subscription. Now, if you go by the Zone. Yeah. Check. I'm not done. Check it out. The Zone and Top Rank. Top Rank with the pay-per-view that you bought this year, because remember, it's only been one, is about $190 of your hard-earned cash. Now it's going to go up to about $210, but $190. The Zone. Now the Zone has had 3 pay-per-views. I only had paid for 1, but for me, it's $190. But it went up some. So for the regular customer, it's about $280 with your pay-per-view, right? So 280 plus 190 is 470 for Top Rank and the Zone with a pay-per-view each. For Showtime alone is $793.
I tell you, and I'm trying to tell you,
why are consumers complaining? That's why I paid about $1,000 this year in boxing on content. Overall, if everybody wanted to watch every fight, it was going to cost you over $1,300.
Bro, what I'm saying, my thing is that the main people that we tend to get into arguments with, all of us on this panel, we get into arguments with guys that, fam, you're not going to tell me you spending a stack on boxing. You not. Just call a spade a spade. You not. Yeah. So your opinion on this shit doesn't count. Ours counts because we actually pay. That if unbiased tell me, yeah, that shit is not pay-per-view worthy, I'm gonna believe him because he buys pay-per-views. So if he telling me, yeah, B, I'm not buying that shit, it makes sense. But don't get mad at me for pointing out that, like, listen, Brody, listen. Gervonta Davis versus Hector Luis Garcia. Nah, fam, come on, y'all bugging. That should have been a regular Showtime fight. Showtime fight.
But see, these are like
y'all know what else should have been one? Benavidez versus Andre next month.
Shout out to Dolomite. Shout out to Dolomite. Hold on. Shout out to Dolomite. Hit that like button. Keep foots on next. That's what we trying. Country said can't. Shout out to Country. Can't join the panel. Working but tuned in. Good morning, gents. This whole thing with our boxing scene is a circus. I hope it improves. And the thing is that the Great Reset, right? Whether the fighters like it or not, or the managers like it or not, or the promoters like it or not, it's gonna happen because you don't dictate the market value of a show. The market dictates itself. And if you think that all this crazy money is actually not out here for you, and if you don't change what you're doing, right? If you don't change, that well is gonna get even smaller, bro. You need to attract people to boxing, bro.
Yeah. I don't even think it's gonna be
fighting on TV.
Bro, this dude Jason Lowry didn't listen to anything you said, bro, because he's in there trying to say that the DAZN is just as expensive as Showtime.
No, it's not, and that's how I know that you don't pay for shit. Because if you did, you would know that.
Yeah. But there are question marks with the zone. I am concerned. As much as I want all the brands to be on that, though, I do have concerns because what if they go? I guarantee it's going to go up. But for it to go up to the amount that we're paying, it had to be $50 a month.
Just the thing, right? It's very simple, okay? The reason that I get spirited when I talk about this shit is because I literally pay for all this shit. And if somebody tells me that the zone is just as expensive as Showtime, all you're showing me is that you don't pay for anything. That's what you're showing me, because there's no way you could arrive at that conclusion unless you don't pay. I paid my DAZN already, 200 and change, and I'm telling you, it costs substantially more to watch boxing on Showtime. Substantially more.
Three times the amount. It's the amount of pay-per-views you're doing as well. How many pay-per-views is Showtime doing?
Bro, it's like seven, bro. Like,
and the zone
doing one more next month.
The zone gave me
7 total this year. It's gonna be 7.
The zone gave me John Ryder versus Canelo this year on pay-per-view, and it's ending with what's his name, Haney and Program pay-per-view, which I'm sure is not even. I don't even know if that's gonna be a full $80.
So that's just 2. That's 2.
Yeah. The zone is having a slow year as far as content concerned. I know Mike would say that, but like, at least they're not hitting us over the head with these pay-per-views, man.
Yeah, and the other thing is that they normally don't hit us over the head with pay-per-views. Like, who's really been pay-per-view on the zone like that besides fucking Canelo? And don't bring me the Misfits shit. Don't even bring me the Misfits shit because I don't watch that shit. Like that's not boxing.
We just gotta leave Wood versus Josh Gordon for free.
That's like battle rapper music.
This is why I'm glad Espinosa's out of a job. Me personally, bro, because like, the Hector Luis Garcia fight was $80, and you knew that whole fight was built.
Nobody was asking for that.
Tank having a tune-up for Ryan, so it wasn't even like a real fight, and you charge people $80 for that fight. Are you fucking crazy?
To put it in perspective, right? Javante is a prime example of what I talk about. He has drawing power, just not the way they say. He has drawing power. That if Javante Davis's last 5 fights were on regular Showtime, that would have brought you numbers that you weren't getting, because I think that even though the fights weren't great, you could have did 1 million views on the Showtime platform with the Leo Santa Cruz fight, maybe more than that on the regular platform. But you put it behind a paywall because y'all motherfuckers is greedy. Y'all trying to gank the fans every fucking month, bro. Every month y'all trying to get in a pocket. That's not sustainable. Especially,
and you know what?
Greedy, and they made promises to fighters that they can't sustain.
You know what?
Like, I think come here, I'll pay you $20 million for fight.
Desperate too, because like with them slashing jobs and shit. I just got charged $109, for ESPN Plus out of nowhere. Even though I sent my monthly charge, auto charge to like a monthly rate.
Wow.
Like what the fuck is that? Shit?
Wow.
The hell they charge you that much for?
I don't know, man. They fucking up over there, man.
Yo, and the other shit is,
money, but goddamn.
The other shit is that ESPN's problem, and I've been meaning to do the video on this. ESPN's problem is slightly different than what we're seeing at Showtime. You really have to pay attention to what it is, but in a sentence, ESPN was relying on basic cable packages to bring subscribers to them, and it was working for a very long time. But now that Americans are cutting the cord, ESPN is losing a lot of eyes really fucking fast. And it's not the exact same situation as what Showtime was experiencing, because that was content specific. With Showtime, it is content specific. With ESPN, it's model specific, that the model you've been using to get eyes on your platform is now obsolete, because Americans don't want cable anymore. They want direct to consumer streaming. That's what they want. So it's a similar problem, but it's not actually motivated by the same thing, I gotta do that video.
I can relate, because like let me just say this. Like one time, I wanted to watch a hockey game. It was on NBC Sports Network, right? So I called the cable company just to order, just to activate that channel, and they say, well, you can't really cherry pick that one because like you gotta buy the sports package, and I'm like, nah, I don't think I'm good, and that's their problem. They're selling these things like sports packages, like for, I don't know, for premium price.
No, pero también they're getting their fucking ass kicked, because when we were young, right, Virtuoso, YouTube was not a competitor for ESPN. It wasn't. It was just, YouTube was just some fucking app shit for you to watch cat videos. Now they have sports rights, bro. They literally have sports rights to the NFL.
Yeah.
Yep. Sunday
They own
ticket.
NFL Sunday ticket.
You know what I'm saying? And that's also a part of what's changing the landscape, that we can call YouTube a full-blown broadcast network at this point. That they're as good as a broadcast network. They're
YouTube
as good
TV. YouTube
they're as
Premium.
good as their own channel now. So ESPN has these things to compete with that they didn't have to compete with before. The market is becoming more competitive in general, which is a slightly different situation than Showtime. With Showtime, it's very simple. A lot of that shit you had, nobody was watching that shit. What it was. Whereas with ESPN, the model they've been using in general is failing them. It's not even their fault per se. It's the model they've been using that, like, yeah, people don't have cable as much as they used to because they don't need it. You know, I have Paramount. Like, I cut the cord years ago, bro. I just straight to the apps that I watch. That's it. Paramount, Netflix, Hulu, Disney. That's it. You know what I mean? The Zone. I don't need all that other shit.
Good for internet.
I got
Cable
some
companies
shit
only good
from
for
around
internet.
here. Say it again, unbiased.
I said cable companies now is only good for internet. They throw TV in as a bundle. Hey, check it out. We'll give you a box for nothing if you get this high-speed internet.
Bro,
You know?
we're gonna start giving out condoms as part of the bundle, bro. We'll give you this TV channels and these condoms, bro.
I'll give you a free subscription.
And naked Viola Davis picks.
Word, they gonna word naked Viola Davis pictures. They'll email them to you, bro, because they're
Some
getting
of the condoms don't have holes in them.
They're getting, like, the cable companies or the cable providers are getting desperate because they are now where 8-track tapes were. You know, it's that's really what it is, and that's why you know that it's inevitable. You guys are eventually going to die out because you're a middleman. You're a middleman between the consumer and the content that the consumer doesn't actually need to go through you to get it. That no, I don't need cable for boxing matches. I can subscribe to A, B, C, and D. I don't actually need cable for boxing. And that's what's driving them out right now. So
yeah,
it's a matter of time.
Even though ESPN fights are on ESPN, I still watch them on Plus. I even watch them on the network.
Yeah.
You know what it is? If you allow the very old and odd example, it's like when AM radio used to be the big thing. They had all the stations for AM radio, all those towers, and then all of a sudden FM radio comes on, and it's just better. But all the old heads stuck with AM radio, and now look where they are.
I actually started watching ESPN Plus when it got rolled out in 2018, when it was just $5, and I thought it was like, because it was a cheaper alternative than paying for ESPN subscription to all their channels, and they had boxing in it. But now that they're raising the prices, it's like we're kind of almost trying to be squeezing us out.
Well, I'll say this, that for what it's worth, I think that sometimes things go unappreciated, right? So we're getting boxing from Canada, boxing from Japan. For a little while, we were getting boxing in the UK via ESPN Plus. So I can't complain about the content that they've been providing. I think, like, look, we're getting Inoue versus Tapales, bro. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I used to have to struggle to find Japanese shows, to find links for Japanese shows. Now I don't have to. Now it's easy, bro. So
whenever Inoue fights, it's on ESPN Plus.
So I can't complain. Like, I can't really say that I'm not content. Like, I actually am content because when Top Rank's not doing a show, they're still showing a show. You know what I mean? Like, it's not all Top Rank shows. Sometimes it's Eye of the Tiger Management shows. Sometimes it's Yvonne Michelle shows. Sometimes it's Japanese shows.
Sometimes it's UK shows too.
Exactly. So I can't really complain about them, to be honest. I can't.
And fucking Inoue, man. The day after, I never have to worry about anything when it comes to Naoya Inoue. When I hear his name and he says he wants to fight somebody, it's gonna happen.
What a Christmas present for us, man.
He makes me proud to be Japanese, bro, which is saying a lot because I'm Nicaraguan, bro.
I thought you were Jamaican, Jules.
I'm that too, bro.
I don't like that it's on a Tuesday, but my boy Inoue, I'll watch it anytime.
Do you know why? Do you know why it's so dope that it's on a Tuesday, bro? Because we don't normally get boxing on a Tuesday. It's like cutting school almost, bro. It's like, oh my god, boxing?
Stupid. It's like cutting school.
Jules, I know you're going live, right?
I might, but when it comes to my Australian fights, shout out to my man Tim Zoo, because that's when I really started waking up for those fights.
Shout out to Joe Pataya.
When it comes to my Australian and my Japanese fights, I actually love eating my breakfast and just watching them shits in pure fucking silence, bro. I love that shit. Early in the morning, my kids still is, because remember, it's gonna be Christmas. I mean, the day after Christmas, I should say. So the kid's gonna be knocked out, the wife gonna be knocked out, and I'm gonna just get to enjoy that shit, bro. So I don't even want to go live for that.
Eggnog, bro. Spike your eggnog and
Bro,
sit in front of the
put a little
TV.
bit of cocaine in it, bro.
Jules, you got to go live. You about to make history.
No, I got to put a little bit of cocaine in it, bro, in the eggnog,
You
bro.
gonna put cocaine in the eggnog? No, don't do it.
Fellas, I might be the only one on this panel. I can't stand eggnog. I just can't.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I really fucking I like steak. If I could have sex with eggnog, I would, because that's how much I like it.
I never liked it. I always hated it. I don't know what it is.
I never got into it, bro.
Not
eggnog's cool, but I love coquito.
I would say this. It does depend on the brand and how it's prepared. But with liquor, bro, yeah, eggnog is a winner, bro.
You gotta get with that rum chata, bro. Gingerbread is overrated, bro. That shit's caca, bro.
Nah. Yeah, I grew up poor.
What?
So I only got to try it once.
Gingerbread's overrated. You heard me.
Bro, honestly, no. I was gonna say what Real Talk said, that I grew up really fucking poor, right? So I have an obsession with eggnog. Whenever the Yuletide comes around, like, yeah, I grew up poor. So now that I'm older and I could afford it, it hit different, bro.
I had to sneak that shit, bro.
I could buy that shit whenever I want now.
A little bit of that shit. It was so good. But that's the only time I got to try
Coquito over eggnog all day.
Like, listen, when I was a kid, right? Like a luxury item. The reason I always buy
coquito over everything.
Pause. Hard salami, right? Why do I buy hard salami? Because when I was a kid, that was a luxury item, bro. That was a luxury item. We didn't used to be able to get that all the time. So now that I'm older and I'm I do whatever I want. Yeah, I get that shit all the time, bro. Like,
yo, Jules, did you ever fry bologna?
Yo, that shit is so gross, bro. I did. I did, but it's gross.
I'm about to put y'all on, all right? When winter comes around, all right, I'm about to put y'all on hot chocolate with some Baileys. You want to put some Baileys in that bitch. I'm telling you,
okay.
Bro.
What kind of freaky shit are you doing? That's freaky as hell.
Yo, Mike, you're not calling me. Stop it.
Sophia, Baileys, bro. That shit's fire.
This guy's freaky as hell.
No, Baileys actually is good, bro. Baileys actually is good. Shout out.
So good.
Shout out to Mr. Calderon. With Canelo staying at Showtime, these cuts, there's nuts off in the negotiations with any broadcast networks. Well, I want to say this, Mr. Calderon, in case you didn't hear, there's mixed reports coming out now that no, Showtime is not doing those pay-per-views, that's bullshit. So I don't know where Michael Benson heard that shit from, but it seems strange to me too that, bro, if Showtime is out of boxing, why would they be doing Canelo fights? And I ran with it,
in the Canelo.
I mean, where is Canelo's fight? Where they gonna end up? What are you gonna do with fights? That's the thing.
Well, I don't even know, bro.
He's right outside the building right there.
What the shit is that shit does on some real shit when you shut down the sports department and you lay everybody off, right? That's it. And we have confirmation that, yeah, that is what's about to happen after this year. So I tend to believe Dan Raphael a little more in this situation that, yeah, bro, Showtime is not doing boxing next year. That rumor doesn't make sense, bro. Ideally, what Heyman would want is to be able to go to a broadcaster and say, yo, I have 2 Canelo fights and he's the biggest draw in boxing in this country.
You want him?
You want him? You know, you want him? I'll sell you that contract. I will sell you that contract for a big guarantee or something like that. You know, if you could, I don't know, send me Viola Davis pictures. I would love to do business with you guys.
Stop it, bro.
I'm saying. But they're lying, bro. Like they're lying. Like they would fuck the shit out, bro. I would fuck the shit out of Viola Davis.
Jules, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it a bean with you. I wouldn't do it, but if she threw it at me, okay. But I still look at her like an auntie. But I wouldn't like holler at her.
Isn't a woman king, bro? You see her thighs? Big
I
old
never saw
meat.
that film. How was it? I never saw that movie. How was it?
It was pretty good.
I'm just saying that them big
Jules,
old thigh meats.
Was that movie good?
I seen pictures of it, and that's my dick movie.
You stupid Jules. I saw pictures of my dick movie. You dumb as hell.
It was moving around. It was like, you ever seen a fish out of water, like it's sliding around, like something is happening?
This is a family channel, please.
I'm just saying, y'all shouldn't shit on Viola. That's all I'm saying. Y'all shouldn't shit on Viola. Like, she got the titties.
That's
them
the auntie,
titties.
bro. That's just auntie.
You wouldn't fuck your auntie, bro? You never fantasize about fucking your auntie?
Wow, what the fuck is going on here, bro?
Okay, whoa,
Jules, what the fuck, bro?
Yo,
Dude,
take the
you
lockdown.
losing control right now, bro. The mama clock.
I'm joking. I'm trying to make him uncomfortable, bro. I'm trying to make
Dog,
him
that's only like half a step
Well, you
above fucking
accomplished. Mission
sister, bro.
accomplished.
Come on. now.
You never wanted to fuck your aunt?
The ones that
Yo,
want,
we
the ones
just
that
lost.
married in, yeah.
We just lost half your audience right now, man, because of that.
Channel, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Bro,
Your
listen,
viewership is dropping exponentially.
bro, listen. Incest porn is coming back in a big way, bro. Go to Pornhub. In a
No,
big
bro,
way,
come on, bro. Change the topic. Stop now, please. Don't do this
seen
to us. Don't do this to us,
Stepsister helps stepbrother study, bro. It's real shit out here, bro.
That's
Shout out
facts. That's facts.
Just a minute.
They're playing words, though. That's not real.
I spent thousands a year on this sport. I had to get an LLC just to make my addiction a tax write-off. Salute to Jules and a panel. Yeah, and for those that don't know, you can literally do that. If you're a content creator like me, every pay-per-view, if you get the LLC, which is honestly, it's not hard to do, believe it or not. Don't let the words fool you. It's not hard to do. If you get it, you can literally have your annual or monthly subscriptions as tax write-offs. You can literally have your pay-per-views as tax write-offs. You can literally have your expenses to go to a fight. Literally, they become tax write-offs. Literally. So, you know, if you're a content creator, that's something you might want to look at. Now, me, I pay my taxes, bro. You know, I don't get a refund. I pay. You know, it's when you make a certain amount, you pay.
Never.
Hey,
I mean,
fuck
not
the IRS.
Yeah, like I don't get a refund, bro. I don't get a refund. I gotta pay. That's how this shit is.
Then again, I don't live in America, so you know I don't pay the IRS. But fuck the
Shout
IRS.
out to King Lopez. Jules, will Canelo beating up David satisfy you more than when Crawford beat Spence? Nah. That shit was spiritual, though.
Y'all said that shit too quick.
That shit.
Hell no, that
that's 5 years of struggle that we went through.
Bro, that shit was spiritual, bro. Like in that moment, I felt Jesus and the apostles and Moses.
I've never been
that shit, bro.
I've never been so confident in the fight. That fight was so easy to call. Like,
bro, I could feel my spirit, bro. Like I could feel my spirit, like in all of that. Like when he was getting the shit beat out of him, bro.
Yo, I
felt like I was sore, bro.
I swear to God, like I was excited, but I felt at peace. Like I don't know, like you know,
bro, I was happy and angry. Bro, you ever been happy and angry at the same time? Because that's how I was.
Yes.
That was.
Here's why it's not the same thing. Here's why it's not
fellas, let me ask y'all this.
Hang on. Not enough people give a shit about Benavidez for me to have the same experience as watching.
Yes, thank you. It's not the same. Like with Benavidez, it's just a small cluster of individuals who are hyping him up.
Haters, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Bro, I was seeing posts saying Earl would fucking body Marvin Hagler. I'm just like,
literally, I was on Facebook. I seen a graphic. They had Hagler and Spence. I'm like, what's the matter with y'all, yo? What's the matter with y'all?
Yo, how did we get here, bro? How?
Let me ask y'all this right quick. If David when David beats Andre, I'm sure he will. If Andre loses, what does he do after that?
Honestly,
retire?
The shit, and I'm not saying this. I'm not saying it to be funny. It's just that these situations are more negotiable, right, than people realize. But it's the fighters that have to change their perspective. It's not us. It's the fighters that have to change their perspective. Like Keith Thurman, for example. What did I say about Keith Thurman? It doesn't have to be the end of the road for you. You choose for it to be the end of the road for you, because right now you could literally go to Eddie and say, "Hey, Eddie, you know, I'll fight your boy Connor. Big fight. I'll go to the UK for your boy. That's a 7-figure fight. And all I need from you is a tune-up fight." There's nothing stopping you from doing that. You are the one that's deciding this is the end of the road. So Andre, given what he wants, it doesn't have to be the end of the road for you because you lose to Benavidez, but it might be because of how you behave. You thought you was too good for Yanni Beck. You thought you was too good for this and that. It's like, all right, bro.
Ego is his biggest opponent, and he can't beat him, bro.
Yeah. That's the best way to put it. The best way to put it. Like, it doesn't have to be the end of the road because you lose one fucking fight. That's fucking ridiculous, bro. Like, nah, you can still keep going. Thurman, that you losing a Manny, as embarrassing as that was, that still didn't have to be the end of the road for you. You could have negotiated other situations, and you literally still can. But it's
Bro,
you
look
that's
how,
getting
look
in
how
your
much
way.
time you have wasted. Like, seriously.
Plus,
Under
the
4
only reason it
years?
was embarrassing is because you talked so much shit
4
beforehand.
years.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
otherwise you
now
just lost
that
to a legend.
now that PBC is like broadcasting situations in limbo, I think it's time for Samson Lukowitz to reconsider. You know what he said.
I mean, like a lot of them need to reconsider what they said because look, I'm not saying DAZN is perfect, or they're all that or that all their content is great. I'm only saying that I told you so because I told you they would get bigger. I told you they would last, and I told you that Showtime wouldn't. So clearly they're doing something right. If their subscriber base went from just a few million to 60 around the world, that's the number, folks. 60 around the world. Yeah, I'd say they're all right. I'd say they're all right. Because
you need them long enough to do your fights now, not Sky Sports, not any other else. You're asking
and they have
them
to keep it, and they have to keep it long and hard.
You had to go
Here
there.
we go again. Here we
Had to go
go.
there.
I did that shit to fuck with Michael, man, because he really don't be liking that shit. Shout out to Mr. Boxing Moves. Jules, you want to fuck Amanda? Yeah, I would, bro.
Yeah,
I
you
would
played Amanda Waller. Yeah.
Yo, like I don't know what y'all don't see, but I see them titties and I see them lips, bro. Like I don't know what y'all don't see. I see them. Shit, that's
Jules,
what I see.
Jules, I want to climb that wall.
That's what I'm
Speaking
saying,
of
bro.
fucking journalists and boxing, I'm mad no one asked Malik Scott the hard point questions about that tape he made, and when can we see a sequel with that chick?
Why do you ask him, Drew? He's on Twitter.
She got a fat ass, Jules.
I'm saying, bro, I already said that fat joints get a bad rap. Like that's a sexy. But you know what the shit is too? Look, that's not every big joint. She is sexy. That big joint is sexy. Yeah. You got other big joints that shaped like a heavy bag that been punched by George Foreman. It's like, nah, B, my dick wouldn't even get hard for this bitch, man. Like, so it's
I'm a chubby chaser, but it
depends on the joint.
His joint is thick and a little chubby, but her titties stick out back more than her stomach. So
well, she got the roundest. She got them big old flapjack nipples, them Waffle House nipples. You seen them nice Waffle House nipples she got?
Oil them motherfuckers up.
Chocolate chip cookie nipples.
She got the morning special nipples, bro, that come with the grits and a little bit of eggs, the pancakes and shit. Her shit's like, yeah, Malik is a lucky dude, bro. He get the poker and her shit all night. He's a lucky dude. That's a good looking woman right there.
Hey, but hold on 1 second. I need you gentlemen to handle this while I go smoke a cigarette.
Yo, do you know that I was literally about to do that? I was literally about to read this super chat. I was literally about to shout out to Sophia. Ring brain is like truck nuts, wild and in the wind. It is, but motherfucker not gonna tell me that if you at the Marriott and Viola got them titties out, you not fucking? Yeah, that's a fucking lie, bro. I am in that shit. Y'all motherfuckers, that is I'm gonna fuck and I'm gonna slow stroke. I'm not even gonna I'm gonna slow stroke.
Slow motion for me.
Bro, I'm gonna look in her face, B. That's slow fucking. Like the slow fucking.
Yeah.
He wants to see
Jules,
he wants to see the
you know there's an
snot
actual
come out of
rap
Viola.
song called Slow Fucking?
I'm saying slow fucking is a religion, bro. When you slow fuck the joint, you know what I'm saying? Viola Davis. Shout out to Viola. I'll be right back after these commercial messages. Amanda Waller, bro.
Yeah, Jules is going to the bathroom to whack it off to Viola Davis.
Hey, Virtuoso, you back on Twitter yet, man? Or no?
Nah, fuck him.
Damn, bro.
I think I'm banning my boy,
Your presence is missed. Your presence is missed, man. We miss you.
What'd you do?
Man, thanks, man.
Yo.
What happened, Virtuoso?
I don't know, man.
I'm over here tagging you, and no wonder why I ain't seen you. Fuck.
Yeah, man. The exes
create a new one, bro.
Bullshit, man. They suspended
create a new one.
I violated the rules, but they didn't even tell me what I did.
You probably
create a new one.
I had my account hang on. I had my account suspended because I used certain words that began with R and may have rhymed with retarded to describe someone before. They don't like that, so you may have called someone.
Yeah, that happened to me once too. I got suspended for a little. They locked my account because of that. I called somebody retarded too. They don't play that.
I got my first time I got suspended was because it was after the Foden Inoue fight.
somebody said he should move up and fight Tank, and I said jump off a bridge. I didn't say I'd get suspended off of that. To be honest with you, that was the first time I ever said anything like crazy on Twitter. I didn't know.
Damn, I guess he struck a nerve, didn't he?
They just love how certain words on Twitter are treated like they're the N-word. Like, oh, you said cunt, you said retarded. Those are as bad as the N-word.
Bro,
no, they're not. By virtue of the fact that you called one the N-word.
My second time I put KYS. I put KYS and I got suspended for that, bro.
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous, bro. I should be able to tell somebody.
The fans don't win.
I didn't get to comment on the last like 3 ring posts because I was banned for 24 hours. It's bullshit.
Yeah, fuck all the mods, man. Fuck Elon, man. Ain't no free speech platform. Fuck out of here.
Yo, this man fucking Julius was arguing. I don't know how he's live right now. He was arguing from 12 to, I kid you not, like 6 a.m.
Yeah, Mike, how was your nap?
Yo, bro, I know. I started the space at like 12 last night on Twitter. And
I know. Was it long and hard?
Yeah, it was these guys. Yeah. It was long, bro. I wake up at 12. These guys are still going at it. I wake up at 6.
It was long.
Yeah, you
that's not a good nap, man.
Fucking idiot, bro.
Yeah, they were going at it hard, huh?
Yeah, you fucking boxing degenerates.
I'm lucky. I let in some co-hosts to let people in. So before I fell asleep. So that was interesting. Motherfucker, we had a Fury fanboy on there, bro. I should have recorded it, bro. I didn't.
Yeah, Laser Rager, big Laser Razor, or whatever his name was.
You're talking to other Fury fanboys and not me? I feel cheated on.
Oh no, this guy was bad.
Bro, this guy was very emotional. He was.
He was arguing like he was Fury's like wife or something. He's type of like, oh, how dare you guys talk about his mental health? I think that's disingenuous and disrespectful.
And then he started defending Wilder. He started saying Wilder's a Hall of Famer. Then we got into that shit.
Bro,
you know the sad thing is he's probably right.
I'm gonna steal the fight.
No, that's what's fucked up.
I mean, if Wilder does get in the hall, he'll be the first one that got him with the distinction of being a guy who twerks. So that'll
name a heavyweight champion that's ever twerked on. Like, why, bro? Why did
besides
you
Wilder White? Yeah, it's like yeah.
So lame. Why are you out there doing that?
Bro, these PBC boys are fruity. I'm telling you, bro. Like Javante
they probably be having swinging parties and shit.
now he's painting his nails and shit. Like, what's going on?
Yeah,
I saw that. I'm like, what the fuck?
On the boat asking for the fight with Joshua. Finally, I'm like, yo, you fucking Fredo, bro. They should have gunned you down.
Not being on nice time, but like I hope you're doing well, and I'll speak to you soon. I'm like, what the fuck?
Just to change topics completely because I hate talking about Wilder because who cares? He has to do it.
Can y'all hear me? Though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Did y'all hear about that Dwight Howard news though?
Yeah, that nigga gay. Yeah. That's not surprising.
Yeah.
No, it's beyond gay, bro. That motherfucker's perverse.
That dude.
Like that.
Is it like 100%?
That man could star in some.
That man pulled an Instagram gay baddie, had him meet up, and had another tranny waiting for him at the house with some nasty ass. Like
that is extra gay.
But wait,
that's what I'm saying. Beyond it.
Wait, is there like evidence? Is this like proof? Like there's proof?
Yeah, Dwight Howard had to admit it because he was in a defamation lawsuit trying to get extorted.
Listen, you're over here talking about that shit. Talk about pouring eggnog off of Viola Davis's ass crack.
No,
Talk about that shit, motherfuckers.
There are like
I bet you
see Christmas shit.
Bro, Jules, do they have rum chata where you're at?
I think they do. There's a Spanish store around here that sells it.
Yeah, that shit right there with some eggnog sounds amazing.
Horchata, eggnog, and Viola Davis, bro. You can't lose, bro. How could you lose,
Deontay Wilder is gonna be the Dwight Howard of boxing. Just watch,
bro. That dude that dude really said he would give his grandfather a blowjob. That dude is wild, bro.
Wait, what did he say? Wait, what? He said what?
They asked him, would you rather go down on your grandfather or eat a Twinkie filled with fucking jizz?
Now let me tell you why he's a weirdo. At any point when she asked you that, it never occurred to you that I don't have to answer this dumb shit. You immediately thought, what would I rather do? Suck my granddaddy dick.
I mean, you didn't say neither. I'd be like, neither. The hell kind of question is that?
You ain't even gotta entertain that shit. Like,
what kind of a question is that?
Like the fuck I look like answering this dumbass. Yeah, who seen the shit with the old man that the kid asked him, "Would you rather?" He's like, "Shut the fuck up."
Oh, yeah.
I'm not hearing none of this bullshit. Like, shut the fuck up.
I think it's gonna be Tank is out here with a purse and he's painting his nails, bro. And you know, there's that video of him and Adrian Broner, bro. I think it's him, bro.
Bro, he's softening up his fan base for when he comes out, dog. That's all that is.
Dude, we saw Broner and Tank kissing, basically, bro. Who knows what they do when they wasn't on camera?
Yo, shout out to Rick Star. Rick Star said, pour some eggnog on your girl's bush and go munching. I'm trying to tell you, eggnog be the sexy shit.
The walls with pounds of glory.
Reminds me of, though, even though he not like that, he reminded me of Booger in Revenge of the Nerds. He loved a bush. He loved a hair pie.
Bro, because that's grown shit. That's type of little kid ass motherfucker gonna see some pussy hair and get scared. Like, bro, so it
that's like looking at a Starburst with a little bit of paper on it. Like, but they're both still getting eaten.
Yeah, that's the perfect analogy. Like with the paper and all that. Like, yeah, why not? What the fuck? Like,
I'm still putting it in my mouth.
Whoa.
Hey, we're talking about eating out.
Do you like it? Do you like it with a little bit of twang on the taste, or you want it fresh out the
Nah, see, now you just talking nasty. Like now you just talk like the bitch just peed or some shit, bro.
I'm talking. Okay, here it is. Viola Davis just gets off the set of The Warrior Queen, sweaty, kicking ass. You gonna make her shower, Jules?
Nah, I'm a fuck, but I don't know if I'm gonna be down there.
Bro,
I don't know, like.
Let's go back to Black.
Hey, Jules, but for you to beat it, you gotta eat it though. Right after a tough scene in the movie, in the movie,
I don't know about that. Napoli said, "I'd rather F." Shout out to Napoli. He says he would rather be with Yokasta Valle. That's an easy pick. She's a beautiful woman, bro. Yokasta's a gorgeous lady. Sinicia still whoops her ass though. That pretty face ain't gonna help her do shit. Sinicia still whoop her ass.
And I'll be respectful, but I got my little crush on Sulem. I love Sulem.
Oh, Sulem is gorgeous, bro. But you just can't be out here. You just can't be out here saying stuff like that. But it's a lot of nice. God created a lot of beautiful creatures. You know what I'm
Alicia
saying?
See
what you're doing, Jules? Read Mr. Boxing Moves super chat. You see what you're doing? Come on, stop it.
Shout out to Mr. Boxing Moves for being mature, for understanding. He said, Jules, you convinced me to Google Viola Davis workout. I'm trying to tell y'all, be like, I don't know why y'all acting like that. I would be in that shit, bro. I'll be in that shit.
We gotta break down.
I'm sure you would.
The Tapales fight, bro. Because I'm telling you guys right now, bro. Nao's not going to be easily able to walk him down as easily as Fulton, bro. That guy's
I don't think it's going to be that easy either. I don't think it's going to be that easy either.
He's going to have to break him down. He's going to have to break him down.
That guy's big. He's big for 122.
Yeah. Here's why I think it will be on the easier side, because Inoue himself thinks that he's a more difficult fight than Fulton. So he's going to approach this very seriously, and he's going to dismantle.
He's got more firepower.
Yeah. He's going to break him down. He'll break him down.
The thing is that what makes me confident that Inoue should take care of him is, how long has it been since the MJ fight, bro?
Shit.
That was last year.
It's been a minute, bro.
Last summer? Was that last summer?
It was in November, I believe, actually.
It was a minute. It was a minute, and Tapales, he has been knocked out 2 times already. More recently by Ryosuke Iwasa, and it's like, bro, if Iwasa could catch him, he knew he can catch him.
He could get him.
He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter,
isn't that fat bag of milk fighting this weekend?
Yeah, but I'm not watching that shit, bro.
Nobody's watching that shit.
I forgot all about it.
He's gonna be first to the punch.
I'm not watching that shit, bro. Like I'm gonna use that time to hang out with the kids and shit before I go live.
Some paint that I'm gonna watch dry that night, bro. I can't.
I can't. Like, the only fight that would really make me pop in is Wardley versus Adelaide. But other than that, I don't care about none of that other shit. Joseph Parker versus Simon Keane. Fuck out of here, bro.
By the way, Jules, what's your prediction for that? You got Fabio winning?
To me, I feel Fabio is better. I feel he's faster, sharper, fights in bursts. I'm not impressed with Adelaide. So I'm going Fabio by way of knockout, but he might get touched up though, because that's how it goes with him. When you touch him up, that's when he get mad and start fucking you up. B. That's when
I mean, I don't know about y'all,
out.
but I know about y'all, but the only reason I know who David Adelaide is because of what happened in the Canelo Sokolov
philosophy fight. The MJ fight was only in April. Actually, it's not that long ago, but it's still long, but not crazy.
What, this April? Really?
This
was this past April?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Oh wow! I didn't
thought that was last year.
That. I thought that shit feels like it was longer than that. At least he didn't waste time. At least he didn't waste time, right?
So be sharp. He's gonna be sharp. He'll be sharp going in. So yeah.
For real. So yeah, I got Fabio winning that fight. To me, that's the best fight on the card. The second best fight is Bakoli versus Takam. Yeah. And you can't really sleep on Takam. Like, yo, he old, but he's crafty, bro. He's crafty. Like he's a really good fighter.
Bakoli's about to, do his thing.
No, look, Bakoli is the logical choice, but don't forget that this dude did get knocked out by Michael Hunter. Don't forget that.
Smaller guy.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago, bro. He's improved a lot since then, I would say.
Takam is like Chisora for me. He's in that the perfect gatekeeper status.
Bro. These are good fights that can be made at heavyweight. Like Bakoli, bro, I should be seeing him 3 times a year, bro. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, but people don't want him though. People don't want. Like, I don't put it all on Bakoli because when you see what he did to Tony Yoka, bro, who is in a hurry to fight this?
I'm not gonna lie. Michael Hunter's been calling him out for a rematch on Twitter.
Yeah, but y'all did that though. Like, you see what I mean? They're like,
what is going on with Michael Hunter? What the hell is going on with him?
You're supposed to avenge your loss, bro. If he's calling you out, go fight him.
I dig it. I don't disagree with that there's a precedence for a second fight because it's like, yeah, you don't want to run it back with him. You don't want to get that lick back, but I would rather see Bakoli if a fight that I would want him to be in is the Makhmudov fight. Like, y'all two together. I would want to see that. You know what I mean? That's where I think they at.
Yo, Jules. They're having a conversation in the chat about Wild Hall of Fame. What are your thoughts?
What face alone defeated exactly? Hold on, I got you right now. Exactly, the stuff matters when they vote. What they talking about? Wilder being in the Hall of Fame?
Getting into the Hall of Fame, yeah.
Oh,
he's not a Hall of Famer, bro. He's not.
Yeah, but he's gonna get in. You have to, because of who may be on the panel at the time that the votes are casted. The sentimental Americans are gonna vote him in just because.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Off of like division.
How many guys have ever been sworn in that's never beaten a champion?
Yo, look, I know
Rocky
it doesn't happen. Right?
Oh God.
I know that it seems silly, but I could definitely see them with the way that they talk about him. You still really have people saying he's the hardest puncher in the history of boxing, which is
a statue.
Yeah, like they built a statue for him and all that. Like they need an icon, you feel me? So if they got to prop up Wilder to have one, they're willing to do it, So I actually think he's getting on.
If Wilder fights Joshua and beats him, then he's basically insured then at that point.
The question is it going to happen though? That's the question. And I'm starting to feel like, look, man. If they fight, they fight. If they fight, they fight. But if they don't, they don't, because beating you don't mean what it meant in 2018. You know what I mean? Like it don't mean now what it meant then. Then it was for undisputed. Then y'all was both unbeaten champions and knockout merchants. It was the perfect setup, and it would have been one of the biggest. I firmly believe that would have been one of the biggest fights boxing has ever seen. There's nothing like a heavyweight fight, especially in that scenario when you got
undisputed heavyweight fight,
the unbeaten American, the unbeaten Brit. All the belts, all the marbles.
Separate fucking fan bases, entirely different. Like, it's basically a different sport over there. The way,
and like they could have set it up to where like they had one fight in the U.S. and like the rematch in the UK or something like that too, and all that shit.
The shit was honestly perfect to do that fight, and I wholeheartedly believe that fight. The whole world, everybody, everywhere would have tuned in for that fight, bro. Like in other words, I think in terms of world reaction, it would have been amazing for the sport if we would have got it. It would have been like, my God, boxing is really just on fire.
That shit could have hit 2 million.
I think so, because I know it would have broke records in the UK. I know it would have. I know, because if you broke records with Klitschko, imagine if you would have actually got the Wilder fight. And I know that in America, at minimum, it would have did $1 million at minimum, because that was the fight. And y'all chose Fury, bro. That's why I'm like, if they fight now, they fight. If they don't, they don't. Wilder, you fucked that up. I don't have no illusions of you fucked that up, bro.
And now Wilder on the park bench begging.
Yeah, like
I even changing trainers.
He's begging like some panhandler clothes. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, if the AJ kid is saying, yo, I want to fight, and I ain't just gonna be focusing on one person all the time, well, it's because he did that already. And that's the shit that's crazy. It's like, yo, y'all really want him to dedicate his whole life to a dude that ain't even fighting. Well, they ain't even fight this year, fam. The fuck?
Yeah, Wilder tried to say that. Oh, you want to talk about how I only had one fight and it was a short round and I ain't fought in a year. Like, first of all, fool, you ain't fought in 2 years. That one round is a glorified sparring session, dog.
Exactly, bro. Like you can't even really count that as a tune-up fight, because be real, when you in a tune-up fight, it's so you could get some rounds in, so you could move around, use your jab to work on shit. You didn't do that, bro. Like, you literally didn't do that. And Malik is running around saying, yeah, yo, we offering guys $4 million. And I said it yesterday in the spaces with Jada. I'm like, fam, if you offered Frankie Sanchez $4 million, I'm pretty sure he would take it.
Bro, Michael Hunter was also saying that he'd take that.
Exactly. So
I mean, like
they
what
don't
do you mean, really? Like Jules, said, who you mean, Ruiz?
That gotta be the only, because I'm like, if you offered Makhmudov or Bakoli or Zhang or any of these other guys that are out there, they would take 4 M's to fight you, bro. Like ain't nobody nervous of you like that.
They've been milking the Ruiz because he's a fake ass Fury.
They've been milking the Ruiz ducking fights thing too much this year, because Ruiz prices himself out of fights. There are other people who were cheaper, and it's not. Oh, they wouldn't have sold much. It's not like you and Ruiz would have sold much either, bro.
That's the other thing, that they're trying to disguise the fact that Wilder's not that big a draw, because that's another part of it. That as like, for example, if you did Wilder versus Makhmudov, that's a solid fight. You can't complain, but it's not box office worthy. Like, nah, you can't put that.
Nobody's gonna buy it.
Nobody's gonna buy it. If they didn't buy his big comeback fight, they wouldn't buy that. So that's the problem.
You thought they would.
That's the problem. That, like, fam, he started, like, I see what your thing is. You're 38 years old. You don't want to put your body through a camp again unless it's for something worthwhile. But at the same time, that's what's keeping you out of action. That you think you're supposed to get crazy money, and you never been a crazy money guy. The only time you sold was with the Brit. Other than that, nah, you don't be drawing like that. Other than them Fury fights, that's the only time you sold anything, bro. And even that shit flopped. That's the worst part. That your very best numbers that you ever put up with anyone were a box office flop. So, what you gonna do, bro? What are you gonna do?
Those Super Bowl commercials were way too expensive.
Yeah, I think they were like, I believe it was either between 2.5 or 4 mil for 15 seconds. It was a crazy number, bro. It was a crazy number, bro. And it's like, yo, y'all pay all that.
Necessary.
Y'all pay all that for 2 15-second commercial spots so that you would flop? Wow.
No, Jules, you know what it was? Like they decided to guarantee them both like 30 mil plus when they ain't even worth that shit at all.
Yeah,
why would you guarantee them that much money?
Yeah, like that whole situation that people, Americans is weirdos sometimes, man. Like I said, they'll cut off their nose to spite their face, because it's like, y'all knew this dude don't sell like that over here. Y'all knew that. The fuck? If he was the one doing AJ numbers, right? And if he was the one that had 3 belts, imagine if AJ would have said, yeah, you got to give me 50%. Y'all would have crucified him for that. But it's okay when Wilder says it. Like, man, get out of here, man. Get out of here, man.
They was doing the same thing with Spence, too.
Well, it's this silly American thing where, and you see it all the time, especially when you ask women how much they want their partner to make, where they have this wild idea about money. Like, oh, someone doesn't make $100,000 a year, they're a bum. What the fuck?
Man, listen, man.
Well, that's why they're going to stay single.
Nah, but see, you shouldn't even do that. You got to work on your punchlines and your jokes, because you get a lot of draws just telling jokes. Like,
Yeah,
fuck
because
what
their
I may
eyes
be.
be closed. They be laughing.
I mean, see the funny thing is, like,
for real.
See, the funny thing is, when I talk to women, I'm unintentionally funny when I don't even try. I don't even try to be funny, and sometimes they just laugh.
Yeah, like
all that.
I already said a lot of that red pill podcast shit. Yo, all I see is a lot of guys that can't get laid and they complaining. That's all I see. Cause yo, not for nothing, the pussy ain't really supposed to be that easy for you to get. You know, like nah, it ain't. Like yeah, you gotta have something, and if you ain't got something, I hope you got personality.
No, I was lucky enough to be born.
You could pay.
I'm
That's an option.
6'2", so it ain't never really been a problem. But yeah, it's the short and ugly dudes that's complaining out here.
Honestly, yeah, like those like you women, like fam, like first and foremost, what the fuck do you expect, bro? You want bitches to be chasing you and shit? Like nah, bitches. Like look, I ain't even trying to be fucked up. But women have always been that way. If you ask a woman what she wants, bro, you're gonna get a laundry list of impossible shit, bro. Okay? So you don't focus on that. Just tell your jokes, Riz, you know, use your Riz, your mojo, or whatever. And if you still can't get laid, that's not her, that's you.
Yeah, the problem is a lot of dudes are like Craig and shit. They ain't got no game.
For real. For real, like it's too many of those red pill podcasts that I think that are promoting men being losers. They're like, no, only your mother is supposed to love you unconditionally, not these hoes. And these hoes have always been that way. So what the fuck do you expect, bro?
Treat them accordingly. Like a hoe.
Those red pill podcasts, they do the same thing that LDBC podcasts do. They profit off of emotionally distraught people.
There you.
That's their elbow.
That's the perfect shit. That it's like, yes, it's true that some women that maybe there's a lot of immorality that we're seeing, and maybe, you know, OnlyFans is breeding a generation of strippers. Perhaps all that is true, but how does that pertain to you? If those women don't share what are your core values, what the fuck do you care if she shows people her asshole? That is not your problem,
they
bro.
Want a piece. That's all
I'm not knocking the hustle.
It's like you want a joint that look like that, but you want her to bow to you. Like, man, get out of here, man. Stop watching fucking anime and get the fuck out of here.
I mean, it's like most guys have to realize, like, you know, most guys have to realize a 10 is unrealistic. Like 7s or 8s, that's doable, but you're never gonna get be happy with a 10.
Well, because the shit is when you a guy, right? When you a guy, there's realities about yourself that you have to accept, right? And if you really a winner, you find a way around a lot of shit, bro. Like when you got a winner's mentality, man, I don't care what this bitch is talking about, man. Like when I see them shits, like why would I sit down with a stripper bitch to ask, why you stripping? What about you? Man, fuck your children. Fuck your future. I don't care about none of this shit. Bitch, if you want people to look up how many freckles you have on your ass, that's your prerogative. That don't got nothing to do with me. Fuck, I care. The reason they complaining is because they want them joints. And that's what your real problem is, that you trying to live outside your means. You can't handle a woman. Like a lot of men not ready to hear that, neither that. Brody, these girls you want, you can't handle them, bro. Like legit, you can't handle them. They not for you. You need like a Camry or like a Prius. You trying to drive like a Mustang? Yeah, you can't be in that Mustang, bro. That's not for you. It's okay, and that's nothing wrong with that neither, because everything is not for everybody. But that's at the heart of it. That's what motivates those red pill podcasts. A bunch of guys who are not really improving upon themselves. And they want the bad joints. You want the 8s, the 9s, and the 10s. Well, you got to do better than that, bro. Simple. Because when you don't got to chase them. They'll come to you.
If they're so concerned about the morality of these women, why aren't you looking for broads in church? Well, why are you out here on OnlyFans?
I be hearing, they be talking all this family. Like, yeah, what about starting a family? Yo, you should ask yourself those questions. Why would you be looking to OnlyFans? If your goal in life is to start a family, a nuclear family with 2 kids and a dog and a picket fence, the fuck you worried about OnlyFans models for, bro? Those are not for you. Not for you. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck I look like worrying about some bitch showing random people her butthole? That's not my problem, bro. Like, fuck out of here.
Plus, I mean, why are you paying for one thing I can't understand is why all these guys are paying for these OnlyFans membership anyway. So you can find most of the shit just online.
Nah, these guys are sick. I'm not gonna lie. These guys are sick. Anybody who would pay for that shit when there's like hours of free porn.
Dude, if you want to see booty holes, just
Yo, the
Google
shit
that.
is.
shit,
I said that shit gives me serial killer vibes. To me, for you to subscribe, to a particular woman's content because you really want to see her naked, it's something weird about. Like, bro, it's mad porn you can watch, bro. Why are you focused on this one person? That's weird, bro. But hey, you know,
it's like, I mean, you need, bro. Y'all need.
Also, a lot of motherfuckers is like, and I said it to Drew the other day that the other shit is the other side of that is, yo, a lot of motherfuckers is losers though, high key. Like, yeah, a lot of motherfuckers is losers, bro. Blowjobs are not that hard to come by, so let's cut the fucking crap, bro. If you got personality, you take care of a business, you take care of yourself, you gonna get laid, bro. Like, come on, B, what the fuck we talking about? So when people call into them shows or they send super chats to those shows complaining, bro, you just telling on yourself. They're like, fam, you just a loser, bro. That's all it is, just a loser. I'm not worried about what the strippers are doing. I don't care about the strippers' kids and what they're gonna say. I don't care. I got other shit to worry about. Worried about none of that shit. Shout out to Sophia. To all the panelists, you deserve loyalty badges. Appreciate that. But yeah, like a lot of those talk, it's getting repetitive, in other words, because there are only so many subjects to cover that if you want to get anywhere in life, in any facet of life, in any area, you have to work on yourself. You can't focus on other people. That's literally with anything. Any area in life where if you want something, yeah, you have to work on yourself. If you want certain kind of joints, well, yeah, you got to make certain kind of money, homeboy. It's not cheap out here if that's what you want. Now, if you want something more traditional, lower your standards. Simple. It's mad joints out here that like I don't know, like maybe I saw that research that said that men are having less sex, and I don't know, maybe that's what it is, that this generation is more docile, and I don't know, maybe they just don't have any.
Well, the majority of this generation is simps. That's what I think personally.
Yeah, so, like they're just more docile men overall that are probably less masculine than their predecessors. So, you know. But a lot of that shit is, all of it to me looks like a grift. Like on one end, the OnlyFans is a grift, but on the other end, complaining about it is a grift. Like, bro, who fucking cares? There's other shit going on, bro.
I mean, it's like not like these models are forcing you to subscribe and pay for their content. You're choosing to do that. You know what I mean?
Like, what are you gonna say when your kids get older, bro? You don't give a fuck about her kids. You just mad she won't fuck you. You don't give a fuck about her kids, bro. What are your kids gonna say when you get? You don't care about that. You just want to titty fuck that bitch. You don't care about that shit. None of us. Like, I don't care about your kids, bitch. Let them deal with that shit.
It's like Canelo haters. They don't. Oh, Canelo, why won't you fight this guy? Now he's just not fighting your favorite fighter and giving him a retirement payday.
Yeah, like that shit. These are not your problems, bro. If you focus on yourself and you take care of business, you'll be all right. That's all I know.
Self-improvement is key.
Yeah, if you take care of yourself, you make sure in the areas of life that you could do something, you doing it. Be all right. You got your own place, your own car, getting money. You were healthy. You take care of yourself. They don't want to. I think they don't want to do that. They want like a mother that's gonna come and cook for, like, bro. You listen, man.
You're looking at the wrong place, bro. You ain't gonna find out at OnlyFans. Shit,
for real. Like, fuck, I look like worrying about that bullshit. Like, and that's another grift. It's another grift because this generation. I feel like the year mark of this generation is pity parties. Feel sorry for me and my man. Get the fuck out of here. Men have always had it hard. If anything, the men of this generation don't have it as hard as our fathers, and they didn't have it as hard as their fathers. The further back in time you go, the more you realize we're actually very privileged to have running water that we can drink whenever we want. It was eras. Yep. Like, if you look at those guys who was working on those scaffolds in World War II, it's like, bro, I'm glad I don't gotta do that shit. Like, shit is not as bad as motherfuckers make it out to be.
I mean, my pop's telling me, my pop's telling me to walk miles.
Real, you had guys with no harnesses working on scaffolds, constructing skyscrapers in New York City, throwing burning hot coals and bolts at each other to put them in. And I'm like, bruh, you lucky that you live in this era. So stop complaining, enjoy that shit. Shout out to Tyree. I pay more on OnlyFans than I do Showtime.
Oh shit! God damn, bro. I hope that ain't true, man. OnlyFans, don't let OnlyFans get you like that. But still, I get what he means.
On that note, I'm gonna call it a night. I will be a night. A fucking afternoon. I'm still gonna upload some episodes of the relay later on today. I'm about to go grab my son in an hour and a half. I'll see y'all on the next one. I will be live tomorrow for Serrano versus Ramos.